What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? How y'all doing?
Bum 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 bum.
Ooh.
Bum bum bum.
Do it
bum,
like
bum.
that TikTok guy. Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Welcome
bum,
to the All Circles podcast. Like, yeah, dude.
Like if some girl gave me some chapstick, I'd be like, you know what? I have my own chapstick. So, and
Yeah.
also it's COVID out there, so you know, can't be sharing the chapstick. You know what I'm saying, girl?
Word, bro.
Wait, I want to hear your best impression. Okay.
Yeah, welcome to the All Circles
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you don't subscribe to the All Circles podcast, like do you even watch podcasts?
Right. Like, who are you now? Come on. I
that-
know Doja Cat.
Yeah, she totally ripped me up royally on the internet. Destroyed me, man.
Oh, yeah.
The guy, the vocal fry. Oh shoot.
The vocal fry.
Yeah, I think that's what they call that.
Oh, okay.
It's like a California kind of thing.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
What's
dude.
that guy who so we're talking about the TikTok guy. You probably seen him.
He has pink hair and all the like jewelry
Yeah.
on his face, but he talks like this, dude. And he's
Yeah.
like, if a girl gave me chapstick.
Like they're like little like one-liner kind of things,
Yeah.
but they don't make any sense.
Yeah,
Like none of
yeah,
them
yeah.
really. They're not like real situations.
Yeah.
So-
And like, dude, the comments are just flaming him.
Yeah.
Like they are so ruthless, but like they're hilarious. Like
Yeah.
if you're ever in a bad mood and you feel like you're worthless, go look at that dude's comments.
Yeah. Be like, all right, somebody out there is like,
Like
It's
it's
doing-
not okay to bully, but with this guy, there's an exception.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's really cringy. But I mean, a lot of people are making careers off of being cringy. So I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
maybe he's trying to be the next Paul Brothers.
Maybe.
Maybe
He would have to. I mean, at this point, he's just like doing,
he's just making cringy TikToks
Yeah.
at this point. But
he hasn't really like stolen anybody's hat,
gotcha.
or I'm glad I still have that on there. But he hasn't destroyed a whole neighborhood in California.
Yeah, I could see
Yeah.
it happening though.
But yeah, he's that kind of guy.
Yeah. If it's
If
gonna
left
happen
to his
to
own
anyone,
devices, he would definitely do that. That's it.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, someone said all these giving me weird vibes. Bye. Sorry.
Oh,
Well,
well.
sorry to see you go.
Rip. Anyways,
Yeah.
welcome
so,
to the All Circles podcast, episode 27.
27. My favorite number.
Adam's
Lucky number
favorite
27. 2.
Yeah.
Like that's hard to do with one hand. Anyways, but we were supposed to have Ashley on, but she's too busy for us today.
Yeah, she's too cool for
It's
us.
too cool. Gotta do some stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. So
Got
this
the
is-
subscriber
ooh,
count 81.
We should have him point the gun at the subscriber count.
So if you haven't seen the movie Robots, you're
Yeah.
either dumb or you're too young.
Yeah, or both.
or both. But Ohio plus Big Weld is taking over the world.
Yep,
So
it's true.
if you're not hip to the chip dip, get hip to it.
Ooh, I like that. That's a good
Thank you.
saying.
Yeah, thank you.
And yeah, if you haven't subscribed, we got Ohio pointing.
Yeah, get us up to 90 subscribers by the end of this episode, and I'll give everybody nothing.
like TikTok
But I mean,
on his 2.0 channel.
yeah, yeah.
You've
Carter,
been getting a little you
Carter
got-
J. Collins 2.0 is making it up there.
making waves.
Yeah,
Dang man,
I had a viral video the other day, almost at
was it 200 and something?
yeah, it's almost at like
Not bad.
300K. Not bad,
Can't
not bad.
complain.
Yeah, the comments are really funny. Yeah, so it's just for me and Ashley just to do dumb videos and just have fun because I was stuck to what I was doing and stuck to
Yeah.
doing art for so long. It was getting like I was getting burnt out, and I was like, I need something else to do.
Something new, something
So
fun.
I created a new account just to be myself, so people can learn what I'm actually like.
Yeah,
And if I hit 10K, maybe I can start another creator fund.
yeah. You never know.
Yeah, well, just on that TikTok grind still.
Yeah. Oh,
Thank
you know
you,
what we
everybody.
didn't do?
Ooh,
You gotta get that LaCroix.
LaCroix time.
Yeah, bro. We
Bow,
got that.
bow,
We
bow,
got
bow.
hibiscus. Got it from Target.
Hibiscus.
Hibiscus.
Gotcha.
No, hibiscus is like a flower, I'm guessing. I think it, yeah.
Okay.
But this is a new one. I haven't tried this one. Oh man, the anticipation on that one.
That was a really nice crackle.
This is what every one of his TikToks sounds like. It's hard to do. I don't know. That's what I hear. Okay.
We're going nowhere very quickly on this podcast.
Going
today.
nowhere fast on the All Circles podcast. Well, so the one we have this background of the Ohio. Anyways, so like we've been following the conspiracy train.
Yes.
Hopefully we don't get claimed for this. We got a video taken down. We don't know why, but they didn't tell us.
We get taken down every week.
Yeah, it's just the way it works. But anyways, so there, 60 Minutes did a show, I think on Saturday or Sunday, and they were talking to all the heavy hitters, all the like government officials that have been trying to get this stuff out there.
Yeah.
And the truth is out there.
The truth is out there.
It's crazy. I'm like,
it's becoming more real.
It's weird because there's like this there's been like this ticking clock where I think it was like last August they were like one of the, I think it was Marco Rubio.
I don't know.
He basically they put it into the one of the stimulus package bills, I believe, where it was like one of those random things that they put in there and like nobody knows until later on. They're like, oh yeah, by June, like the Senate has to have all the information that the government has about UFOs or unidentified aerial phenomenon that exists. And so like as that's been happening, things have been coming out like it seems like every week at the moment. Like new things are popping up and videos that like people that have already been on the internet for like a couple years now, they're being
proven.
They're being like, this is a real video.
Yeah.
It came from the US government and you're like,
wow.
Whoa.
Like
crazy.
The fact that this has been hidden for so long, like imagine what else is being hidden that we'll never know of.
I don't know. Bigfoot real? He might be.
You know what? Honestly, all this UFO stuff is going on, all this unidentified flying objects, but man, what I really care about right now, what I really want to ask about is the shortage in Chick-fil-A sauce.
Oh, there's a shortage?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
They are now only giving each customer one packet of Chick-fil-A sauce.
What?
Because there's a shortage or something.
I think the aliens are taking them, man.
Yes.
That's why they're here.
The UFOs are coming to take our Chick-fil-A sauce, and we must stand up for what
are they
going to
do next? Take the Cane's sauce?
Don't even joke about that.
This is starting to sound like an Alex Jones podcast.
they're taking the Chick-fil-A sauce and they're using it to turn the frogs gay. Have you seen that? He has a theory.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's a pretty popular Alex Jones about turning frogs gay.
But yeah, they're giving each customer one Chick-fil-A sauce only, which sucks because
What the
I always
heck?
get at least 3.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Especially because they don't charge you for it.
Yeah, and I'm really
Like
craving
Cane's,
Chick-fil-A
you
right
gotta
now.
really want that extra cane sauce.
You know what I
They
was
charge
thinking
you
about
for it.
doing though? Was going to pick up some Chick-fil-A, like a chicken sandwich or something, and going through Cane's and just asking for a sauce.
Oh, okay. You know what you can
Combine
do
the two.
since we're in Belden, we have the mall Chick-fil-A.
Yes.
And then we got the Chick-fil-A literally right across the street
Yes.
for some reason.
Yeah.
So you can
Because they're so busy, we
Yeah.
need more.
we need more we need like at least 4 in a 1 mile radius.
Oh, so if I go to that one Chick-fil-A and
Yeah.
I get one sauce, I can go to the other and just ask for a sauce.
So this is what you do. You get the Chick-fil-A sandwich at the one. You go across the street, get the fries and lemonade.
Yes.
Extra-
But also,
yeah.
you can buy the sauce at Mark's.
Can you?
Yeah, they
Oh.
sell it in bottles now.
What? I'm learning all sorts
Uh-huh.
of new things today.
Yeah, my mom buys it all the time. We put it on everything. That crap on mac and cheese is different.
Yeah.
It's built different.
We looked up the recipe once for the Chick-fil-A sauce. I made it, and it tasted pretty similar. I was impressed with myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard cane sauce is really easy to make.
There's a guy on TikTok that I have it saved. I'm gonna try it out. But
Yeah. But yeah, you can
Man,
buy
I
the
don't
Chick-fil-A sauce. You can buy the Chick-fil-A sauce and the Polynesian and the Chick-fil-A barbecue. You can buy all of them in bottles now.
jeez,
But there is still a shortage, so I don't know how long that's gonna last.
Yeah, man. Why is there a shortage though? Have we figured that out? Like, why is sauce so hard to find?
Because the aliens are taking it. Well, it has something to do with the economy and everything happening, like with all the lumber and stuff. I'm not
lumber.
sure exactly.
You guys remember our lumber segment?
There's a shortage in the weirdest things.
Yeah.
And
I know that. Canes was like low on chicken for a second.
Because have you seen that meme where those people are putting all the gas in their car?
Yeah, and like putting it in bags.
Yeah.
Like,
there was one where somebody put like Chick-fil-A sauces over the gas tanks, like people loading up Chick-fil-A sauce in their cars because, yeah, you got to stock up on that stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of the crazy thing. Like I think something I've learned about like just from this whole pandemic is that we humans are very like skittish when it comes to anything.
Yeah,
like because it's crazy because the problem a lot of times like at first it's not a problem, but we make it a problem.
Exactly. When people hear there's a shortage of something, they run out and they get all that they can, and that causes a higher shortage. Like
if everybody just bought stuff like they normally would, there would be like a slight increase in prices, but it wouldn't be like 5-hour wait times just to fill up your car. And
like
gas.
at the beginning of COVID with the toilet paper.
Yeah.
Like that did not need to be that hectic.
Yeah.
That did not need to be that.
Yeah. And my wife actually made fun of me because like we were super low on toilet paper.
Yeah.
And I saw that and I was like, well, crap. Literally, I have to crap. I need toilet paper. So I went out and I was like, I'm one of those people. Yeah. And I hit up all the dollar stores because everybody forgot about the dollar stores.
Yeah. They got that one ply though.
But that toilet paper is not that great. But so
Quentin has something to say.
Ooh.
Check this out really fast.
Is there a video?
Love Quentin.
No.
Shout out Quentin. He's always
Quentin's
on top
here.
Of things. Yeah, we didn't have him last week. So
what if this is
car
from a real
with extra
episode?
gas if there's ever a shortage? That's amazing.
What is
Did the Simpsons predict that too?
Yeah, I'm pretty
Are
sure.
you serious?
That's great. Dude, the Simpsons, they know something.
They've predicted everything.
They know
that's insane.
They know way too much. I don't know what it is.
They know everything.
Yeah. But yeah, man, 60 Minutes, they had on some like pretty high officials. They had Commander David Fravor, who's been like the one that like he saw the Tic Tac looking UFO, and he's like that's probably the most like straightforward case because not only did they have like there was 4 like they had 2 people in each jet, and they not only did they see it, they got like the infrared. They were switching between, and then they had their other squadron that was like maybe 100 miles away. Once that thing disappeared, it showed up where they were, and so they got footage of the same object. And it's I don't know, man. I don't know what it is, but I feel like this year, last year was pandemic. This year, alien invasion.
Maybe the aliens are tired of our memes. Maybe they're sick. They're sick of how stupid and inconsiderate we are, and they're coming to save the world.
Yeah.
Maybe we gotta be optimistic about this.
Yeah.
Maybe they're coming to help us. Maybe they know something we don't.
Yeah. And this is my thought. Like at the moment, all these encounters, they're very weird and they're very strange. But for like what we can tell, it doesn't seem like there's any like ill like intentions.
Yeah.
But they do seem to be like concentrated around like our like Navy Navy bases and stuff like that. Like they're like it's like they're watching us. Like
the thing is, I'm a skeptic. Yeah. I'm still a skeptic. I don't believe in aliens. I don't believe in that stuff. But like every time I see footage, I'm like, that's odd. But I mean, somebody could be flying a ship or something over water, and I don't know. I don't know how much I believe. Yeah. I don't know.
We'll make a believer.
I know you believe wholeheartedly, and I'm a skeptic.
Yeah,
so.
This is like I've always been kind of fascinated by it, and like I like
it's
researching
definitely
it.
Fascinating. Yeah.
But now that it's like the government's like the one video from last night or the whatever that was from the 60-minute interview, he's like it's not that like it's not really even a question anymore. He's like the government, we as the government we're like, all right, look, these things are out there.
Yeah.
We have it on video. We don't know why they're doing it. We don't know what they're here for. We don't know what they are. Even like we it's a very big question mark.
Yeah.
And people, I think a lot of, especially like in the non-military part of the government, they've kind of turned like a blind eye to it. But they're saying that these like things have been happening with such frequency that to continue turning a blind eye to it is actually pretty, like, if it is something from another country or something like that, we need to like actually figure out what it is.
It could be dangerous, and if we don't figure it out, if we just turn a blind eye to it, it could be something potentially very harmful.
Yeah, and like
for our country.
If it is like say something from Russia or China or like some other country,
somebody that's trying to hurt us.
Yeah, like that's like an act of war being in our airspace.
Yeah,
like that. It's pretty serious. So I'm like, if it's not an alien or not like some kind of extraterrestrial like thing operating these things, then and something that worries them is that like these things are doing maneuvers that like they're like, we don't have any technology that could even get close to what these things are doing. Like they're moving like so quick against the wind. They're like, and they put a like what an actual jet looks like versus what these things are. And like a jet, you can see like the heat signatures from the exhaust and like everything like that. You can see like wings. You can see shit like. It looks aerodynamic.
Yeah.
These things, there's no heat coming from them. Like they don't have any or anything that can. It's weird.
Yeah. The crazy thing to me is like when like back in the day before any of us were born, like there were still like those black and white movies that like joked about like aliens and UFOs and stuff. Like where did that idea come from? Like did somebody see this originally and then like just make it into like something that's mixed into Hollywood? Like, or is this something that humans came up with as, oh, UFOs, like aliens flying UFOs, and then we see things in the sky and we're like, that's a UFO, even though it's a man-made idea. Like, I want to know the origins of all this stuff because I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm making any sense. But like, if some guy just came up with like, if he just had an idea one day, oh, like, what if there's something like life on other planets and they fly in like spherical aircrafts and they came to Earth? Like, if he just like came up with that idea and then humans, we think it's real, that's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah.
But if somebody saw this and then
have you ever seen any of the Ancient Aliens show?
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous. But.
Like with the ancient Egyptians and like, all the pyramids were built by aliens.
Yeah, like they get real crazy with some stuff.
Yeah.
But there's some aspects of it that I'm like, because, in the scope of like human existence, like aircraft has only been around for what, like less than 200 years, I believe. When was the first, like, they had blimps?
Yeah, I
and
don't
then, I mean, represent Ohio, we came up with
Well, I actually found out the Wright brothers weren't the first to fly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Americans just like taking things from other people, like Christopher Columbus.
Yeah. But yeah. I love
Shout out America.
This is one of my favorite things about like how, how every state has like on the license plate especially, it would be like Ohio. First actually is first in flight. I can't remember what they all are, but like everybody, like especially around this area, like Ohio, everywhere kind of claims like a part of flight.
Yeah.
Like there's not one state that's responsible, but everybody wants the credit.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's just America.
Oh my gosh, someone just made me feel super old.
Oh no.
Someone said, "Is that your dad?" And I just got here. Do you just talk about random stuff? Or one, I'm not his dad. We're like less than 10 years apart.
Yeah, you're not old enough to be my father.
And we just talk about random stuff.
Honestly, you look like you could be related to me though.
Really?
If I grew a beard,
I can see it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, but
I feel like we have the same like eyebrow.
because like my hair is grown and it's kind of reddish.
That's true.
you're way more white though.
Really?
See, that's surprising.
Well, you're more like
you have like a reddish.
I'm like the Irish kind of white.
You definitely can tell that you're Irish and you're like white. Except for aren't like some Irish people like super pale too?
You know, when I went to Ireland, like there were a lot less gingers than I thought there was going to be.
Yeah, there's a lot more people with just like jet black hair.
Yeah, there's a lot of like brunettes and black-haired people over there like that just look like us.
Are they like really pale skin?
Yeah, they're very pale. Like whenever like the Irish kids would come over here, like they would come and they would be like white as snow, and then after being here for 2 weeks, they would be like tanner than me. Like they
just because it's
so
overcast there, like it's like Seattle, like where it rains all the time, but it's just overcast.
Yeah, there's like no sun
nonstop. but yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, shout out the Irish.
Yeah, shout out to the Irish. I don't know. Was that what was that accent? I don't
know. Have a Guinness for us.
Yeah. Ooh, Guinness. Sounds good. I had my brother's bachelor party this weekend. It was like we went down in Hocking Hills, and yeah. It was a good time. Yeah. It was funny, though, because my brother, shout out to Zach. Love you, dude. Excited for the wedding. It's in not this weekend, but next weekend.
Oh, nice.
And my brother is like, I don't know if I'm like a super nerdy kind of guy. Would you say that? I don't know.
No.
Maybe about like cameras and stuff.
I wouldn't call you nerdy.
My brother is on a whole nother level with the nerds. Like he's like the D&D flavor.
Yeah.
And, I didn't realize that his whole friend group, they've been playing D&D for like 6 or 7 years. And so we played D&D. I was totally lost the entire time. I just was sitting there like sipping on my bourbon.
Never even tried.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, all right.
Let me just roll, I guess. Does that do anything? I don't know. Are we winning?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a whole different thing.
I've never even.
And they're all like theater kids too. So
they're on another level.
They get into it.
Yeah.
Like it's weird. But it was a good time though. But Hocking Hills is like so busy.
Really?
I don't know if have you ever been down there?
No, I've never been.
Maybe it's just because like everybody's been stuck inside for so long that like the first nice days of the spring, it's just like it was like there was a concert or something there.
Yeah.
And we went at like 8 in the morning, and by the time we were done, there were cars like lining the side of the road, and I was like, "This is madness. We gotta get out of here." But where were we?
Yeah, everyone wants to get out of the house.
Yep.
Especially because the weather's getting nice.
Enjoy the sun. Did you see So what do you what are your thoughts on the mask? Is it? You said it's gone
June 2nd. June 2nd. No more masks. You know what? Honestly, if you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. If you don't want to wear a mask, don't wear a mask. If there's no mandate, just. Yeah. Everyone's sick of it, no matter which side of
especially in the summer.
Politics.
Wearing a mask wearing a mask in the winter was actually like
it was actually kind of nice because like when you're walking like inside,
your face isn't like frozen.
Yeah. It was actually pretty nice. So it might be something that stays around in the winter just for like coldness reasons. But yeah, the mask mandate in Ohio at least, is it everywhere or just Ohio?
I think or I think every state is like. They said a different thing. I know the CDC was like basically like the CDC has been so confusing with everything.
Yeah,
and I don't know. I feel like
it changes every week. Yeah, so I'm not even like, it's not even a guarantee that this mandate is ending because like it changes every single week.
And it kind of like worries me. I'm like CDC. What was that?
Quinn's losing it over there.
They've been they've been so confusing, and like I feel like if there's an organization that like should have very clear like instructions, it should be the CDC. Like they're dealing with like diseases and stuff, and I'm like, you guys should be like, I don't know, because like at the beginning it was like no, we don't need masks, and then it was like no, we need masks, and then it's just been
and I understand that there's research that goes into it, and you don't know everything right away, but like. If you don't know for sure, don't put it out there.
Yeah, I'm like, it's kind of like, like we don't have to get all political, but like that, like when it was first starting, it was like when Trump would go out and be like what if we just, I heard that like shooting people inside with ultraviolet rays, does that do something? And I'm like, this is not the time to be spitballing solutions. That should be like when the cameras are off.
The thing that confuses me is, okay, so if you're vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask right now. Like, the mandate doesn't apply to you. But then like the CDC came out with like people who are vaccinated should be double masking. What?
Yeah, I'm like,
where does that make sense at all? Like does the vaccination help?
So I have some insight on this. Actually, I have two things I want to say.
Dr. Quentin.
So I was just reading online, doing a little bit of research, and you can still get it, but what it's doing is basically helping you negate the side effects of it.
Gotcha.
So you won't feel it like at all.
It won't be as like.
But you can still
intense.
be a carrier.
Yeah, you can
okay.
still be a carrier.
Well, that sucks.
Also, just like if anybody like, if the businesses still want you to wear a mask, wear a mask, people, please.
Yeah, that's like.
Just follow whatever they want you to
Honestly,
do.
I think people are making too big of a deal out of it. Like, it's just a piece of cloth over your mouth. Like, I understand that it's annoying, and if you forget, you have to go back to your car, blah blah blah. But we're in America, we have all of these privileges, and like, I don't care what side of politics you're on. Just like, if you don't have to wear a mask, you don't have to wear a mask. But if you have to, just do it. Just stop complaining.
Yeah, and I think it's in my mind this whole time. I've just been like, if it's like a considerate thing. Like I don't feel like it's some sort of oppression to have a mask on. Like I feel like, like
Asia has been doing this forever.
For like, and when they come over here, we used to think that was like weird, but it's actually like a very like if you have to go out in public sick in general, maybe there'd be less flu cases every year, and like maybe. I don't know. I feel like we put our personal freedom over like.
I don't think masks have anything to do with like. I hate when people make it a political thing.
Yeah.
So like that's also what I wanted to get at too, because I just stand there listening to people go on political rants about masks while I'm just like pouring their coffee. I'm like, they're just like yelling at me, like just staring at my back while
you're like, I'm not DeWine.
Yeah, I don't make the rules. Like, I don't get paid enough to do this, man. Like, here's your mocha frappuccino, whatever.
Yeah.
Have a good day, man.
My opinion is, why are we complaining about masks when we can be complaining about Chick-fil-A sauce shortages?
Yeah.
Like there's better things to complain about.
What's really
what is really important?
What's really happening?
Let's get to the source here, dudes.
But anyways, back to UFOs. I don't know. Do you want to play? Let's play a couple clips. We'll try not to get copyright claims, but I just wanted to show what was going on because it looks so crazy. Like some of this stuff is like.
Hello, Madison.
Redonkulous.
Hello, Love 246. Is that another? No, that's 877.
I was saying something about
I
Billie
can't
Eilish.
read the language above you. I'm sorry.
Do you want me to mute it? Because I can.
Well, this one you can keep it because it's just the pilot's talking, so it's like straight from the horse's mouth. Yeah. Okay. That was an ad for ad blockers.
That looks like a flying mouse.
So like, look, so this thing doesn't have any like heat around it. Like they're like whatever is like propelling this thing. It's not like a heated object. It's weird.
It's just a piece of dust on the camera. Come on now.
You ever watch Avatar? Kind of looks like Appa from Avatar.
Yeah. And like, look at that thing. Like they're like having a hard time like catching it. Like it's just booking it. And then the cool thing about this thing is they have at one point it literally turns sideways and then like moves so quick off the frame. Like it's crazy. Yeah. So in 2019 so they're actually like the cool thing about it is that like it used like he was talking about how the David Fravor, he was talking about how like anytime that something like that would happen and you're out there, if you go back to the base and you talk about it, like people just make fun of you. Like you're just like you're in like the ship's newspaper the next day.
Yeah.
Like people are playing. He was like, we got back and we played the videos and like we showed everybody and they were like for the next like 48 hours we had Men in Black playing. We had like Independence Day. Like it was just it's kind of like if something like that happens to you, you're you're incentivized not to talk about it because it's such a faux pas.
Yeah.
But they're like, now that the government's taking it more seriously, they're like, anytime something like that happens, we need to like detailed recording of what happened, who was there, any video footage. And I think that's going to help like just kind of help the government figure out like what is actually happening, like what are these things. There's actually the green one. Can you play that one?
Why can't people get closer to them though? Like,
that's the thing.
They're always so far away.
And this is the crazy thing about that last one we just saw. He was saying that this like once like he was like this thing acted like it knew we were there because he was like at one point like we were chasing this thing, and at one point it started like mirroring what he was doing, and then it would jet off like it would, like before they could get close enough. So he's like, I saw this thing with my own eyes. It looked like he keeps calling it like a Tic Tac looking object, and he's like, it's just this white little thing, and the reason they saw it was that it was just underneath the ocean, and he was like, you could see like it was it was pretty flat, but he's like, if you ever seen like a submarine or something underwater, like a whale or something, like there's like this white foamy water, and he was like one of his I think it was the girl on the other jet. She saw it and she was like, "Do you see that down there?" He's like, "Yeah." And so they went to go investigate, and it shot out of the water. And that's when they started following it. And then it was just like they saw it with their own eyes, and then they had their I think they had two people in each cockpit, and one of them was trying to like he was flipping through different ways of viewing what they were looking at, and they were just tracking this thing, and I think it was like a total of like maybe like 5-10 minutes.
That's so
it's
weird.
Crazy, yeah.
So they don't see where it goes after; it just shoots off.
And like, there's been a couple where they like will go back under the water, and like, there's a couple. I think I might have one that we're.
So maybe aliens aren't from space; they're from
the deep.
The deep.
I mean, that's the crazy thing. Like some people say that we know more about like the stars than we do about our own ocean.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's kind of worrying to me.
Yeah.
That freaks me out.
Yeah, the giant creatures that are like in the deepest part of the ocean, it's terrifying.
I saw they just somebody just discussed they had caught another fish that they thought had been extinct like millions of years ago. It was like this giant looking thing. I was like, if we can find that kind of stuff, like
imagine what's down there.
We have no idea what's down there. Like we have just
I believe in the Loch Ness monster.
Yeah.
I think it's just like
do you want to elaborate?
Yeah, I think it's just like a giant, like, I don't know, almost like a whale thing, basically. Yeah. Because if we can find a fish from like a million or whatever years ago, why is there like there's some amount of things we can't find in the ocean, man?
Yeah.
So here's the question: if you believe in the Loch Ness monster, and I have to ask this, do you believe in Bigfoot?
No.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
No, I don't believe that.
I think the Loch Ness monster is.
That's more credible because that thing is huge. Like it's giant.
I think that there's more than
it's
one.
More possible.
And I think that they might be like some of the more like final remaining dinosaurs.
They're probably like one of those old tortoises that like you have to like force them to mate.
Yeah.
It's like.
That sounds illegal.
Yeah. Have you seen this?
No.
It's basically like there's one tortoise that's like a couple hundred years old because they live like super long, and he's just not interested. They're like, well, when he dies, he's gonna be like there'll only be like one of his species left.
Yeah,
it's weird.
Huh?
At that point, I feel like we figured out like how to clone animals and stuff. Stuff you'd think they'd just do that.
I mean, they already cloned Avril Lavigne, so
that's
true.
True.
They can do animals too.
That's another one. The Avril Lavigne.
I feel like every conspiracy theory is connected somehow.
Yeah, it all goes back to Jeffrey Epstein, Bill Gates.
Did
you see that though?
Yeah,
that whole situation.
The whole thing about how his wife and him had a deal where like he could go on a date with his ex-girlfriend once a year. Did you see that?
That's weird. Yeah, I didn't see it. Well, I saw that. I heard about that, and then I've been looking into more of like his connection with Jeffrey Epstein because I was following that thing like crazy, and then when he died, I was like, dude, somebody that like I'm definitely like that's one of the conspiracy theories that I'm pretty sure
it's not even a conspiracy at this point. Like
it's like something happened there.
Everyone went to his island. Everybody did something sketchy at his island. Everybody in Hollywood is corrupt. Blah blah blah.
Just so many powerful people were connected to that guy, and I've been actually trying to figure out like what's going on with what's her name, Ghislaine Maxwell, because she was the one that was like grooming these kids. She was the one that would like go and convince them to be, because the way he started, like he would hire these people to do massages.
Yeah,
and then it would turn into they would become part of this like. This thing, and Ghislaine Maxwell was the one that was like orchestrating. She was the one working behind the scenes, like making sure keeping appointments, all that stuff. So she was like his right hand man.
Oh wow!
And Yeah, dude.
It's crazy.
I've actually been surprised that nothing crazy has happened to her yet.
Yeah.
And like I think it would be too obvious. Like if she just all of a sudden ended up like dying in prison, there would be there would be an uproar that we've never seen before on the internet. it'd be crazy.
Oh.
So, besides this video, I have a short clip to show you.
Okay.
Also,
Okay.
it's a clip of like just an example of like some of the crazy stuff we've seen like in the sea, and it's just, have you ever seen this squid thing before?
Oh yeah, I have, with the crazy long tentacles.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. I don't know if I ever want to go scuba diving.
No, I don't like
Even
that.
if it's off like a reef or something where it looks
Yeah.
nice, like going underwater kind of freaks me out. Like anytime I have to watch like a movie where it takes place underwater, like look at that thing. That is
my
nightmare.
gosh.
That is the thing of nightmares, dude. What is that?
That is terrifying.
If that's not an alien, I don't know what is.
That's Slender Man in fish form.
Slenderman in fish form.
Yeah, they use like
So creepy, dude.
they use like their legs to like feel for food and stuff too. So
Yeah.
it's like
It's like a giant spider.
What's the purpose in these creatures? Like, I don't understand it.
Oh,
like,
look at that thing. Well, here's a thought. What if these aliens aren't from another world, but they're from the underwater world?
exactly. That's like
Which would be even more concerning.
that's like the craziest thing. We're worried about these freaking aliens that are like out of this earth and on Jupiter and all these stupid different universes. There's these things underwater in our own world,
We've seen them.
and we're not concerned.
Yeah.
We're not concerned one bit. These things, if these things learn how to walk, we're done for.
Yeah.
true. That's why I think that the Loch Ness Monster is like a dinosaur of some
Yeah.
sort. There's
Yeah.
also tons of islands we haven't been on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody's ever been on. So.
Yeah.
Dude, there are islands out there that are just made of trash.
Epstein's.
Have you heard of those trash islands? They're just floating around out there, like
Oh.
they're just these
Oh
giant
yeah,
mass
like the
of just
pollution,
trash.
trash, and all that. Yeah.
That's just one thing. Have you ever seen what was the movie? Life of Pi. You ever
Yes.
seen that movie?
Yeah.
It's like that, where it's just like a floating island of
Yeah.
weird creatures.
Yeah.
That was a weird movie.
It was
It's
very
kinda
weird.
fun,
It was
but-
like an acid trip.
Yeah.
never been on an acid trip, but if I feel like that's what it would be like.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. You never. At the end of the movie, I'm like, I don't even know what actually happened. I don't think you're supposed to know.
It was years ago when I watched it. All I remember is a tiger on a boat, and
You're
the
like,
dude
man,
was like
Did
hallucinating.
everybody like get like killed on that boat? Like what happened?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
really remember what happened. But
Oh, yeah,
back to the story.
Yeah,
like,
let's show the one with the it looks like it's like the night vision one. Let's see. Oh yeah, this guy. Let's hope this doesn't get clear, because there's some things that he's. Yeah,
60 minutes,
do
I
the-
feel like it will.
He's watching that same video. I think.
So this isn't the video? Or is it?
Oh, like that's a picture that he took with his cell phone. Like they were chasing this thing, and then he got like a. You know what? I think the reason we don't have any good photos of stuff is because the people that have good cameras, they know how to get out of there.
Yeah.
Look what I was talking about. Like, look at that thing. Like, and the crazy thing is, like, it's not nothing. Like this computer is. They have found some. They're following something.
Yeah.
But there's one other one I think I pulled up, where it was the triangle-looking object.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's creepy because like there's you see at first you only see one, but if you look off to the side, there's like 4 or 5 of them,
Yeah.
and they're like pulsating. Like look
Whoa.
over here. There's like it went away. Oh wait, yeah, here we go. So like look at that thing, and then you can see like get these words out of here. There's one more there, one more there.
Whoa.
Like, what are these things?
Kind of look like giant Doritos.
Right? Yeah. They're the what's the green, like the chili,
Yeah, the chili
lime.
lime.
Yeah, chili lime Doritos.
like
man.
and then look at this one. This is a
Dang, he Newman.
and look, it like
It went
submerges.
underwater.
Yeah, and then it comes back out of the water. You're like,
Is it just a bird?
it's moving too fast. Like they're like these things are moving like hundreds, like faster than their jets, and like
Yeah.
some of them are like breaking the sound barrier, or like going as like if a jet was going as fast as some of these things are going, they would break the sound barrier. And for some reason, these things aren't breaking the sound barrier, which is weird. Like everybody's like that. That's one of the things that like really confuses me because I'm like, there's got to be, you know, like we only know one way, one sort of like propulsion, which is just like you burn energy and it propels you forward. Yeah. And like, I don't know, there's so many different other ways that we just don't know how to do yet. And it's weird. It
doesn't make any sense to me.
I also have one conspiracy video to share too.
Ooh,
if you want to hear it, it's
let's do it.
All right, yeah, we're getting into it. This is conspiracies and eyeballs.
Yeah,
we haven't even got to the eyeballs.
Not yet. No. It's from a radio show, I think, in the 80s. So I don't think we're gonna get copyright claimed for it.
Hopefully not. We'll see. Whatever. Take our stuff down, but you'll never take our freedom.
As long as it's not Howard Stern.
Yeah.
It's not Howard Stern. Give me a sec here.
I wonder if we can get Beetlejuice on here.
Dude, Beetlejuice?
1997.
I freaking love Beetlejuice.
Oh yeah, I've seen part of this before.
Area 51. Remember when everyone stormed Area 51?
Yeah, that was so ridiculous.
Such a weird time in life.
When was it? Was that last year?
Was that last year or the year before?
Former employee. Well, on the air.
You be the judge.
You be the judge.
Yeah, too much of the.
Nice and he makes you pay.
Hello, Art.
Yes.
Hi. I don't have a whole lot of time.
Well, look, let's begin by finding out whether you're using this line properly or not.
Area 51.
Yeah, that's right. Were you an employee or are you now?
A former employee.
Former employee.
I was let go on a medical discharge about a week ago, and I've kind of been running across the country. Oh man, I don't know where to start. They're gonna they'll triangulate on this position really soon.
So you can't spend a lot of time on the phone. So give us something quick.
Okay. Okay. What we're thinking of as aliens are they're
kind of sounds like it's from Rick and Morty.
They're dimensional beings that an earlier precursor of the space program made contact with. They are not what they claim to be.
Listen, people.
They have infiltrated a lot of aspects of the military establishment, particularly the Area 51. So that the few that are left will be more easily controllable.
So they want to do population control. I think that's what he's saying.
Whoa.
Losing satellite.
I started getting...
This is weird.
Dude.
I have watched this one before, or I've listened to the... I like how they just... All right, well, we got nothing else, so... ding, 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 ding.
And we're on a backup.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, so the transmission got, like, shut off. Oh, that's creepy.
It's the government, or
I don't know.
it has to be something, though.
Well, did you hear? Now you tell
What's this
me
guy
because
doing
you
now?
were listening.
That was awful strange.
There was a really weird guy on the air when it went off.
Yeah.
There's a really weird guy on the air.
Like going, sort of sounding paranoid, schizophrenic.
Like crying and everything.
Oh, he passed away in 2018.
Yeah.
And how far into the conversation was it when it went off?
Just a couple, about 15, 20 seconds, I'd say.
Oh, you guys missed. You really missed a call.
What if we just lost our connection right now? What if we just lost our connection right now?
How the lights turn off.
That'd be really weird. I'd be like, wow, we only have 81 subscribers and they care about this podcast enough.
Yeah, I guess the moral was it was like something creepy. It got knocked off unexplainably. You know, it's kind of weird. Even though the guy sounds like he's crazy.
Yeah.
But like the fact that
He
they like
sounded
lost,
kind of like schizophrenic or something.
That's kind of what Joe or Alex Jones believes in, is like the extra dimensional beings that like he has like this theory that like the elite will go and like they'll take mushrooms and they'll basically like connect with these creatures and like these beings, and they'll get like directions from them. I'm like, that's a little too crazy for me.
Yeah.
You've crossed the realm of what I'd accept to be real.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I mean, the thing about aliens is like just the statistics of like how big everything, like our universe is, and like the number of planets and stuff. It's, for me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that one of those things has more, advanced life forms than we do.
Yeah.
Like they were saying, like some of the like even recently when the new rover that landed on Mars, they are kind of sure that there might be some like spores or mold or something that they found. They're not sure if that's from like maybe something of ours brought it along, or maybe it existed there. I mean, they've proven that there was water on Mars at one point, and so I don't know. If we can find stuff like that like within our own like solar system, I'm like the odds are pretty, realistic that something's out there. So I don't know.
Question for you.
think it's interesting.
What defines advance? Is it technology, or is it like
See, that's
I
what
don't know.
always trips me out. Like,
are we
like
advanced
another-
because of technology? Like, but then that would mean that like we're more advanced than people in like third world countries who don't have access to the technology, or are they more advanced because they have more like brain,
I don't know.
the thing that always trips me out is at one point nobody had access to any of this crap, and we
Right.
created it from
Yeah.
nothing.
And that's, I mean, yeah, like we and that's another reason, like we figured it out. I mean, it took us like hundreds and thousands of years to figure out how to make like
A light bulb.
something fly.
Yeah.
But like even back when like Leonardo da Vinci, like he had ideas of like this is maybe kind of how we would fly,
Yeah.
but and like back then people thought he was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But then, a couple thousand years later, I don't know how old he was, how long ago he was, but like that was a possibility. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I think I don't know. I classify intelligence with like the way we can reason and like problem solving. I think that if there's a civilization out there that we can categorize as like intelligent, it would be that they are able to do that. I don't know, maybe.
The thing is, like, if these UFOs and aliens are real and stuff, that means they're from a planet or they're from somewhere that is much more advanced than we are,
Yeah.
much more
if
ahead than we are.
If they just made it here, I would think that there's a good chance that they're more advanced than we are.
yeah,
Because
because
we can't make it, like, obviously, like, if we want to be able to make it wherever they are, it would take us so many years to get there.
yeah, it wouldn't happen in our lifetime.
Yeah, with the
Like,
technology we have now. And the problem is, there's actually a movie, I forget what movie it is, but one of the problems is that, like, say we send somebody out with the technology we have now, by the time that they get, like, not even halfway to where they're going, civilization will be more advanced enough to catch up with them and to, like, outpace them. And
Yeah.
so it's like, it makes, it asks the question, like, what's the point of us, like, trying to go that far?
Yeah,
Because in 50 years we'll just be able to get there in like half or a fraction of the time. It's weird. It's a weird.
it's
It's hard
Maybe
to
they
think
just
about.
figured it out faster, man. Maybe
Yeah.
they're just
Yeah.
built different, you know?
Built different.
Yeah.
speaking of being built different. You know how, like, when you think of aliens, you always think of these things with giant green heads.
Yeah.
Like, what if they just look exactly like us?
I think they do, honestly. I think maybe they'll have like more defined certain features to like for whatever
Yeah, 'cause each,
atmosphere
like,
they live in.
ethnicity, like in this world, we all have different features and
Right,
different
right.
skin tones.
I mean,
and-
some of us can like jump off of 4 trampolines and not break our bones.
dude, don't even get me started. Is that your TikTok of the week?
No, that's not, no, we can talk. We can talk about it. I saved it. We can
I
watch it.
saw a guy break it down.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
that
did
one
you
too.
see that? Yeah.
He did like the whole math. Let's watch
Yeah.
it. Let me see if I can find it. I'll airdrop it.
Dude,
That
when
was
I
so
saw that,
funny,
I was
dude.
like, is this real? Like,
Built different.
how did this kid just do that?
All right, where is it? I know it.
At the end, I have like 2 or 3 short memes
here we
too.
go.
Oh,
I'll
nice.
watch 'em, yeah.
Yeah, let me save this thing. He does like a whole analysis. It's amazing. He like breaks it. He like measures the trampolines, like where he lands. It's I guess some people just have so much time on their hands.
Imagine
like,
having 4 trampolines. Sounds
yeah.
like fun.
And like having that would be hard to set up because you have to make sure like they don't buckle in on each other.
Yeah, and one leg goes out, they're tumbling down.
All right, send it right now. This is the one with the explanation. I love how like TikTok, some people can do like 3-minute videos now.
Yeah, I got that feature. Yeah,
nice.
I don't think
How do you
I'd
know
ever
if you
make
got that feature?
You try it.
Just give it a shot. All right, I think it's sent. Yeah, let's go.
All right, let's do a bit of fact checking to see if he's actually built different or if the average human could do the same. There's 2 parts we need to measure. First, he falls for 23 frames, and then his body absorbs the impact in 7 frames. So how long was he falling for? Well, 23 frames times 1 second per 30 frames gives us 0.77 seconds of falling. Likewise, if he absorbed the full impact in 7 frames, that's 0.23 seconds to stop. To calculate his final velocity before impact,
I would never be able to even begin to figure this out.
Acceleration is defined as the change in velocity over the change in time, which is 9.81 meters per second squared on Earth. Now we separate the variables and integrate. This is an in-depth
Imagine
integral,
being this
so we get
smart.
velocity as a function of time is
You
equal
just
to
like, I'm just gonna
9.81
figure
t
this out just
plus
'cause.
c,
Right.
and that c is the initial velocity, which is 0 in our case. Now let's plug in 0.77 seconds to figure out how fast he's going right before impact. This value comes
I love
out
how
to
the title is
7.55
built diff.
meters per second.
Built
So
diff?
that's the
Question
final
mark?
velocity right before
Man,
impact, and
Khan
now
Academy's
moving on to
getting
the
really
impact section
sneaky
where we use
lately with
kinetics
their
to calculate the
educational
force on the
videos.
body. Now's a good time to take note that it takes about 4,000 newtons to break the average person's femur, which is the strongest bone. That will be what we're comparing to. Anyway, now we'll use Newton's second law, again replacing acceleration with the time derivative of velocity. Just like we did before, multiply the dt to both sides, and we get f dt is equal to m dt,
so
which we can now
intricate.
integrate.
There's
This
so
will be
many
a
layers. I
definite
feel like
interval
he
from
should
1 to
like.
2,
He's
where
explaining
He
to
could
me
be
like,
saying anything right
impact
now, and
and
I'd
choose
believe
yeah,
it.
I'd be like, all
Is the
right.
mass of Mr. Built Different a function of velocity? Well, unless he's burning some crazy amount of calories on the way down, no, it's
course.
just a constant, and we can take it out. Now we evaluate our definite integral, and
Why,
Duh.
why wouldn't he?
delta v. The left-hand side of this
Right.
equation isn't quite as obvious. Is the force a
Why is
function
there a
of
triangle?
time? Let's use a force versus time graph as a tool to help us understand this
alien.
question. So we're looking
His
at the
handwriting
force
is
with
very
respect to
nice,
time
though.
from
Yeah.
0 to
I couldn't
0.23
draw a
seconds
graph
when
that
he
good.
stopped. So
Just
we're asking
freehanding
during
it.
this impact,
I
was
mean,
the
you're an
force
artist.
I was always behind in
force
math because I would
on it,
spend
would
so
it
much
be a
time
large
drawing
force
out
at the
every
beginning and less
graph.
later, or would it be the other way around? Since we don't know, the
Oh,
best thing
yes.
to do is to assume that he somehow distributed the force evenly over time, and the total area under this curve represents the momentum change. We'll talk about that in a sec. Since the force here is the same here, the force is constant, and we can take it out of the
Oh, I
integral.
feel like I'm
My
in
brain-
high school
my
again.
My brain
What
is
we're
like,
left with is the
is
force
like,
times the change in time. Now we can solve for force, but this force is actually the average
like,
force, which happens to be the
you could be
maximum
talking
in
about
our
anything.
example.
Is
The
this
dude in the
guy
video is
built
pretty short, no
different?
offense, so I'm going to guess around 60 kilograms. I could be off though. So 60 kilograms times
No way you're
7.55
off.
meters per second divided by our stopping
This
time.
guy might be
0.23
built
seconds,
different,
and
but
the units check
I'm
out.
of a
So if
different
he's able to
build, you
distribute
know?
the impact evenly with time, his body only experiences
Number
about
15,
2,000 meters of
Burger
force,
King
which is much
foot
less than the
lettuce.
4,000 needed to snap an average person's leg. But I can't stress the importance of this evenly distributed weight enough.
Okay.
Let's extend this graph
That
for
makes
another
sense.
circumstance where this guy idiotically straight legs it. Immediately upon impact, he's got a much higher force than he does later. And while
Yep.
the area under this curve representing the
him an
momentum
idiot.
exchange is still the same,
We're all
the peak
idiots
amount of
compared
force
to
he
this dude.
experiences is well above
We're all
4,000
just.
and at that point, his legs certainly would look different. So to conclude, I wouldn't say he's built different, but I would say he uses some good technique.
All right. So he's not built different.
That had to be longer
He's
than
just
3
good at.
minutes.
He's just good at parkour. He's good
Yeah,
at
yeah, yeah,
absorbing
yeah.
the fall. I love how.
I feel like I learned a lot, but learned nothing at the same time.
Yeah. What's your analysis, Quinn?
Do you think he's built diff?
Built diff? Question mark.
So I used to jump from pretty high things like that when
Yeah.
I was a kid.
Yeah, I did.
Back when my
Um,
knees were a little bit less old.
But I used to combine it with a front roll, so like it would transfer all my
Gotcha.
momentum like
Parkour.
over my back, and then I
Yeah.
would jump up again. So I think when he's really dampening the fall when he's crouching.
Yeah.
So I think he's like he said, he's got good technique.
Yeah.
But if he did any less dampening at all, he would probably like sprain something. He
Yeah.
probably just knows like the right amount to dampen. So yeah.
Interesting.
So he ain't built diff.
I don't think
He ain't built
it.
diff. He just uses diff technique.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
I don't-
He's
Yeah,
I'm just
not built.
built like a sack of potatoes. So, yeah.
he might be built different, but
But
I'm like-
yeah.
I'm like a build, you know. I'm like Bob
I'm
the
like
Builder.
Bob the Builder, though. Like, I just be building things.
Yeah. Wait. he might be built different, but I could build a relationship.
Oh,
That one sounded. That's basically what he would be saying.
You know what we haven't done?
Huh?
You haven't showed them our new sheesh.
Oh yeah. Which one did I do? I should have labeled these better.
That's the one from last week. Dude,
That was amazing.
I could sleep to that.
That was a guy. He took what is it called? It's a talk box. It's like what Eric Clapton used to use before they had auto tune.
Yeah.
Basically what you do is you take a sound and you run it through a tube. It's kind of like when you are when you like put your. Have you ever done the thing where you put your speakerphone, like you have a song and you can like wah wah wah.
Yeah, and it like bumps the bass.
Yeah, and it's basically that, but with sheesh. Do you want to do a tier list?
Yeah.
All right, so we got
we should.
I think the past 3 weeks we've had a different sheesh every time.
Yeah.
So let's just go through them.
Do you have all three?
Yeah, I got all three. So we got. That's one we tried, and it's very hard to harmonize.
Okay. Yeah, I love that one.
That one's good.
I love that one.
It's beautiful. And then we have. That's one of my favorites. I like that one. And then we have the new one. I told him it sounds like a Wii, like kind of like a part of a Wii game.
Oh yeah.
Like Mario or something.
Yeah.
Where you're just like you're bopping around and like in the water. It's like.
See, I wish this one was longer. If it was longer, I think this would be my favorite.
Let the go.
Like at the end of a.
Yeah, like a.
When he's going down the flagpole.
Yeah.
I think.
What do you say, Quentin? Which one's your favorite?
I like the talk box one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk box. I
think that's my favorite.
We agreeing this one takes the cake.
I think the choir is a second favorite of mine.
I agree. And then
I think the THX one could have been put together a little better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
A bit better quality.
I see what you mean.
I like when the bass comes in on this one though.
I just don't like the first couple ones.
Oh man. That was weird. But yeah, so talk box one works?
Definitely takes the cake.
All right, fair enough. Let's talk about the eyeball section of the show.
Yes.
So Jeff Wittick put out what he calls the final episode of the saga of Jeff Wittick's eyeball.
Yeah.
So what do you think? First impressions.
Yeah. So if you haven't seen it, I'm gonna spoil it, but he doesn't get his eye ripped out.
Yeah.
So honestly, my opinion, and don't judge me on this because I don't know 100% of the story and I don't know what he was really going through. But my opinion is I feel like he just wanted to turn this into content and he made it more dramatic than it was really. Like
the timing of everything, the packaging of it was like he I think of all the vlog squad through this whole situation, he's the one that's come out on top.
Yes.
Like out of every single person, like Scotty Sire had to do an apology video. Yeah. Like at first Jeff Wittick, he was like, maybe I didn't know what I was talking about in that one video. Yeah. And he took it down. But through this whole video, you're like, all right, of all these people, Jeff Wittick is probably the best dude. Yeah. Like he's the most like genuine guy of that group.
And I don't think he did anything wrong by making this into content. Yeah. I mean, I make content too. I just think like it wasn't as serious as he made it to seem, because the doctors always seemed a lot more optimistic than he did. Yeah, like they were always
like they were talking about like in this episode where he had suffered a lot of brain trauma, head trauma that I think everybody was so focused on like keeping his eye functional that they didn't like run an MRI or like see like, because he said when he hit that thing, the doctor explained that like when he hit it, his brain smashed against the side of his skull, which is, never a good thing. Yeah. When your brain goes through like trauma like that, there could be like bleeding, there could be hemorrhaging, there could be just bruising. Like your brain can be bruised. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, that's weird. I've had a lot of concussions.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Oh, I
I've
didn't
had
know.
6.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Did you
If
like-
I had one more while I was in high school, I would not be allowed to play sports anymore.
That's like what Carson had, because
Yeah.
I don't know anybody. So I share an office with my friend Carson. He in high school, he played soccer. He had like 6 concussions in like a year.
Oh,
So
jeez.
they weren't spaced apart that
Yeah.
far, and he lost a bunch of memory. And like that's when he started DJing, became DJ
Jeez.
Head Trauma, and now
What a guy.
yeah. So it was kind of crazy how that all worked out. But
Yeah.
like, but
Yeah,
so you
mine were
didn't-
never that
close.
that serious.
Yeah.
They were just minor ones, and they were spaced out.
What were they
a
from?
lot.
What'd you?
Well, I had 2 from karate when I was a kid.
Okay.
I got kicked in the head once, and I don't remember what the other one was. And then I got 1 in basketball in middle school. And then I'm pretty sure I got 1 from falling off of a Razor scooter.
Nice.
Very hard. Very hard. Yeah, my brain has been bounced around a lot.
You're just built different.
I
Dude.
can't remember the other ones, but yeah. I'm pretty sure it was at 5 or 6.
Oh dang.
Because 7 was the cap.
Did you lose? You didn't lose any memory or anything like that?
Not that I know of. I wouldn't be able to know if I did.
Yeah. Carson's was more intense because he he barely like could understand who his parents were. And,
Yeah.
like, it was very
Yeah, no, mine were never that serious.
And like they came back eventually, but he was like, yeah, there was some times where like friends would come to visit, and he's like, I don't know any. Like he's like, I knew emotionally that they were like close to me, but he's like,
Yeah.
that facial recognition was just
That's
not there.
crazy.
And like, yeah, he's actually kind of stepping back from DJing a lot because it's just the sound and the lights and everything is starting to have an effect on him. So I actually took on like 10 of his weddings this year.
Oh,
So
nice.
I'm like getting close to 50. It's gonna be crazy year, dude.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna be so exhausted, but that money. Wish I had that.
Money.
But yeah, I don't know. I think going forward, like, so what do you think David Dobrik's planning his return?
Yeah, I don't know if he's planning it yet, but I know it's gonna come.
Yeah.
And I honestly want him to bounce back because
Yeah.
everyone makes mistakes.
Everybody
has
those
his days. But yeah, I feel like his mistakes weren't like you'll see like James Charles and
Yeah.
Shane Dawson. They do these things that they can't bounce back from. James Charles should
highly
be in
illegal.
jail right now. Like, but yeah, I feel like David can make a return. I feel like, I want him to.
Yeah.
Because I respect the kid and I like his content.
Yeah.
So I feel like he'll make a return eventually.
Yeah. It's been crazy. Like I watched a video the other day of like just the financial hit that he took from this whole thing, and like it's in like the hundreds of millions of dollars like realm. I'm like, dang, dude, like because just from his app that he's working on, the new podcast that he was working on, like I think in some aspects I'm like that is a little intense, like that he had to lose all that money and stuff, but I also think it was a little bit of like humbling. Like
I agree. I feel like it was needed.
Yeah.
To like
if even Logan Paul is saying like if you don't slow down, something bad's gonna happen. You should. I feel
because
like
you don't really think about what you're doing when you're in the moment.
Yeah, and I think that like hopefully he'll come back like Logan Paul did and like be a better person because of it. And hopefully he'll learn and grow from it. And I don't know what's gonna happen to the rest of the Vlog Squad. Like like Jason Nash has been like just quiet about this whole thing.
He's an old man though. He kind of needs to retire.
Well, I think at this point he's got this. I don't know. Jason Nash is a weird case because he has this one thing, and it's been fueled by David. And at this point, I don't know. Like he always seems like he's like hurting for money, like real bad. And I'm like, dude, you have like over 2 million followers on YouTube. Like, how are you struggling this hard?
Exactly.
I don't know. Like, I don't have that many, and I'm doing fine.
Yeah.
Like, maybe you need a financial advisor or something. Like, geez, man.
I
Maybe
mean, they do live in like LA though, where it's extremely high.
it's expensive out there. I can't imagine living out there.
Yeah,
like,
no.
When I lived out there, I lived at a mission where I lived basically for free. So
Yeah.
So that was cool. But yeah, I don't know. I hope that like he learned from this, and like obviously like I wish the best to that whole group. I feel like I feel like this is a moment where they need to they need to turn around what they've been doing. Like to go back and start doing this. It's like that time where remember when Logan Paul came back and he was in the news like not even like 2 vlogs later because he was like tasing rats and stuff.
Yeah.
And you're like, look, didn't you learn anything from what just happened, man? Like you just got like destroyed.
Yeah.
The whole world was like, no. Like just no.
Yeah.
And then you do that kind of stuff. So I feel like when they come back, they need to they have to be super aware. Like you're under a microscope at this point.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll keep, if there's any updates, we'll keep it going. And then there's one last thing before the what am I trying to say? The TikTok of the week, and it is the Elon Musk Bitcoin saga. Have you been following that?
No, I have not. Oh crap.
Oh no. So I think it was earlier or maybe like mid 2020. Elon Musk's company Tesla, they had bought like $1.8 million worth of Bitcoin, and they started accepting Bitcoin as payment for Teslas.
Oh wow.
And so this last week, I forget what day it was, Elon Musk announced that Tesla would no longer be accepting Bitcoin because of the environmental impact that like mining and all that stuff has on the earth. And everybody immediately pointed out just how hypocritical that was. Because, well, one, his cars, they're at best maybe like a carbon neutral like product. Because one, you still have to mine, all the raw materials for the cars, and it's also they're mining lithium, which is, it's not like the worst thing, I guess, to mine, but it's also you're mining a natural resource that is, having an effect on the earth. And like anytime you mine something out of the earth, it has an environmental impact, whether that's like, the surrounding area, you're disrupting, like animal habitats, like stuff like that. So people were like, dude, like you can't take a high horse when your product, the main source of your product's like usability is lithium. Yeah. Like you're still, you're still contributing to that. Like it was just really bizarre. And a lot of people speculate that he did that because he wants to kind of switch everything over to like Dogecoin, where you could buy a Tesla with Dogecoin, and it's becoming like more and more like plausible. And which I'm kind of, if that happens, we'll be sitting pretty. Are you still holding?
Yeah, I am. It's not looking
good. It's been hovering around. I think it's like stagnating around the 50 cent mark, but I'm still holding. I'm just gonna see what happens. I'm gonna ride the wave.
Out of curiosity, how much last time you checked was it worth? Like all of your Doge combined?
I think it was like $2,600, something like that. At the height of it, it was almost 4,000. I wish I would have took more out at that point, but
I'm at like 600, so not too bad. But I bought at the peak, so unfortunately,
Yeah.
I put like $200 in when it was at like 65. So
oh no.
Yeah.
How much of Dogecoin do you have?
It's like around like 450, 500.
Okay.
I put 300 in.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yikes.
But, yeah, I'm still holding, still hanging in. Shiba Inu it's been up and down. Like I just let that. I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen with Shiba Inu. They seem like they're in a rough financial spot though. Like on Twitter, the official account of Shiba Inu was like, if you guys want to make donations to us to keep hiring engineers, I was like, that's not a good sign.
Yeah.
Like, this can't be good. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I only put like $140 or something like that in there, so I don't really care that much of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just making bets.
Yeah.
Trying to see what happens. I don't know. One day I could wake up and be crazy rich, or the next day I could lose a couple $100. I'm like, it's a crazy time. But other than that, let's get to our TikTok. We need like a TikTok of the week.
Got your hat.
TikTok of the week. TikTok.
I got a.
All right, so this one's mine. This one is
okay.
I laughed so hard.
You've won the past 2 or 3 weeks.
Reigning champ.
2 weeks, yeah. So
let's see if you guys can get me. So this girl is at a Planet Fitness, and she does not know how to use any of this equipment.
Membership at Planet Fitness, and this is what I saw today.
Like, what is she trying to? These aren't monkey bars.
Oh my gosh.
Like, do a little backflip. Yeah, that's.
That looks fun.
She's like,
I'm gonna
that's what
try
this thing
that.
is for, right?
I want to try that now.
Okay, so whose is this one?
This is mine. This
Is
is
this? Oh,
one
man.
of my favorite TikTokers. His name is Jericho.
Okay.
He's in this group that I always watch. They're hilarious, but yeah, you just gotta watch it.
You seem very tense.
Yeah, work's been tough lately.
You just gotta relax, man. Isolate your mind.
I like the laugh track. That mullet. It's powerful. What?
My nipples, by the way. I believe it's a little late for that, buddy. This case is closed.
This just in, Pepperoni Nipple Boy has been found guilty for having too much nipple. Here's the prosecution now. Mr. Mankey, what are your thoughts on the verdict?
Well, I can rest easy knowing he's behind bars for good.
And what do you have to say to his family?
69
Mom's
years
hot.
ago.
Kiss or
Doja
slap?
Cat might pay bail.
Taking a 5th Avenue and 43rd Street. So how'd you get out?
Explosive diarrhea.
Did you turn off the music?
Sorry.
What the heck?
Oh gosh. You think they're after us?
I know they are, but I can shake them.
Wow. That was an interesting one.
That was a whole movie.
That was like it was like a mini movie. Felt like I was watching. You ever seen
I love those.
the Sabotage video by Beastie Boys?
Mm.
It's it reminded me a lot of that.
Okay.
All right.
But yeah.
And then Quentin's got a top tier. I have high hopes for this one.
And now, back to Space Amish.
This is a great concept just in general.
What do you mean, Joseph? We're all Amish.
We're losing horsepower, sir.
How much?
Losing.
What? I'm going out there. Someone get my Levi's.
We're right here, sir.
Perfect.
Oh my
Go
gosh.
get my space jeans.
Space Jam.
Who's steering the ship? I thought Elijah was.
No, I'm turning butter.
Captain, what about the life support?
Throw it overboard. It's powered by the devil's lightning.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yes.
Wait, don't open that door.
Why?
Space Mormons.
Space Mormons.
The rescue ship has open communications on the big screen.
Screen? Destroy it.
Oh my god, what? What the heck?
Where's Rebecca?
I can't be with you, Bartholomew Screw. You're a cyborg, and I'm Amish. I love you.
What?
Oh God!
How do you
Just crying. laughing.
Carter, I want to scroll through your TikTok one day. Just enjoy what comes up.
The sun. Boom.
Yeah, how do you find these things?
Yeah.
Shit.
What the?
Next week on Space Amish.
Oh my gosh. Wow, that was a trip.
Whale.
Well,
Well then.
I'm torn, man. There's a lot of good ones there. I like the space. I'm going to Space Amish.
Yeah, I think I'll go with Quentin.
I like the
Yeah.
Space Amish.
Good job, Quentin.
That's a quality TikTok right there.
Woo. Quentin got a dub.
You get a sheesh.
I've been waiting for that, man. I've got.
Wish that would be the sound that, like, as they're plummeting into the sun.
I do have a couple of memes to show. Unless
Oh yeah,
you-
go
unless
for it.
you-
Yeah,
you got
let's meme it
anything
up.
else?
Time is up.
Meme me up, Scotty.
You got time for a meme or two?
It's
That
1:30.
should be-
I got to
That
go.
should be a thing. meme me up, Scotty.
It's 1:30. I actually got to head out.
Wow. Womp womp womp.
I'm sorry.
Sheesh. All right, y'all. Well, this has been another wonderful episode. We kind of bulled this one out of our butts, you guys, just to let you know. 'Cause we were supposed to have Ashley on, and we had a whole situation, and then we were like, we have topics. We'll milk them for all they're worth. So I hope you guys enjoyed the conspiracy, the eyeballs, the Dogecoin.
We're gonna take Dogecoin too.
Yeah, and then hope you guys enjoyed all the memes and the fun and the lightning. So
Join us next week for episode 28.
Next week, we will see you guys. Keep it real out there. Stay up like a layup.